The premise is true. One of the biggest insider betting scandals in sports history, allegedly tied to a $7 million money laundering operation and organized crime, features NBA figures like Terry Rozier, Chauncey Billups, and Damon Jones. This is the story of how the league that embraced gambling became a victim of the very same appetite it helped create. On one side, you have the NBA, a league that has plastered its official sports betting partners on every arena, uniform, and broadcast, normalizing a multi-billion-dollar industry that once was strictly forbidden. The common belief, the expectation, is that the league's robust security and integrity protocols, designed to police hundreds of players and coaches, would easily catch any small-time violation and protect the game's core honesty. But on the other side, you have the devastating reality, detailed in federal indictments, a systemic, high-tech operation involving current and former players, coaches, and alleged organized crime figures who exploited the exact financial mechanisms the league put in place. This reality suggests the guardrails failed, not by accident, but because the money was simply too big, too fast, and too decentralized for the NBA's own corporate machine to control. We're going to follow the money, the contracts, and the court filings to answer three key questions the official narrative is ignoring. First, what were the alleged schemes and how were they allowed to rake in millions of dollars right under the league's nose? Second, why would players who are already earning millions of dollars risk their careers for tens of thousands in betting profits? And finally, how does the NBA square its public position as the moral guardian of the game with its private multi-billion-dollar investment in the gambling industry? By the end, you will see a chilling picture of an industry where the line between sports integrity and pure profit has vanished. Let's begin with the least discussed but perhaps most insidious angle of the story, the allegations against former player and now coach Chauncey Billups and former player Damon Jones regarding the rigged poker games. This story begins not in an NBA locker room, but in exclusive, high-stakes private card games across the country, allegedly netting organizers over $7 million since 2019. The expectation is that an NBA figure's involvement would simply be as a high roller, perhaps a poor loser. But the court documents paint a picture of a far more calculated and manipulative role. According to federal indictments unsealed in October 2025, Damon Jones was not just playing in these games, he was allegedly what prosecutors called a face card and a member of the cheating teams. Think of a face card as a trusted insider, a celebrity whose presence alone gave the game a veneer of legitimacy and security, luring other high net worth individuals, including athletes, into a rigged environment. The evidence? The indictment alleges these games were a high-tech sting operation. We're talking about infrared reading devices, glasses designed to see marked cards, and shuffling machines that were allegedly rigged to deal specific hands. Jones is accused of taking a percentage of the rigged winnings as compensation for his role. This is not about a bad beat or poor poker skills. This is allegedly about preying on fellow athletes using sophisticated, nearly invisible technology to ensure the house always won. The initial belief that Billups was just a victim was complicated when his name appeared in the same indictment. He is accused of participating in a rigged game in Las Vegas in April 2019, where at least $50,000 was allegedly stolen. While the allegations against Billups are less central to the cheating mechanism than Jones, his presence as a major name, a Hall of Famer, and active NBA coach was the ultimate payout for the crime bosses. It was the social proof that guaranteed high-value victims would trust the game. The sheer financial scale of this alleged operation, $7 million swindled from players and businessmen, shows the answer to our first question. What were the alleged schemes? They were not just about illegal sports bets, but a deeply embedded, technologically advanced system of wealth extraction run by alleged organized crime figures who leveraged the celebrity and trust of NBA personalities for immense profit. The money was the bait, and the NBA faces were the camouflage. The real payout here wasn't the small cut for the players. It was the $7 million that the system was allegedly designed to steal. Now let's move from the high-stakes poker table to the team practice facility, because the biggest retention spike comes from the most shocking financial manipulation of all. The most direct and damaging scandal involves current Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier, and it exposes the direct pipeline between insider information and massive illegal profits, the very thing the NBA's integrity rules are designed to prevent. The simple story is that Rozier was charged for allegedly betting on games, but the reality is far more specific and involves a kind of financial manipulation that cuts directly to the integrity of the product itself, the player prop bet. The indictment outlines a highly coordinated plan that connects Rozier with co-conspirators who were allegedly placing large under prop bets, wagers that predict a player will perform below a statistical line, say scoring under 15 points. The key event occurred on March 23, 2023, when Rozier was playing for the Charlotte Hornets. The court documents allege that Rozier tipped off a longtime friend, a co-conspirator named De Niro Laster, that he planned to leave the game early due to a purported injury. This is the central financial receipt. Armed with this non-public information, the co-conspirators allegedly placed over $200,000 in wagers on Rozier's under for points and other statistics. Rozier then exited the game after just 9 minutes of play. The bet paid off, allegedly generating tens of thousands of dollars in profit. The indictment claims the money was then counted together at Rozier's home, linking the player directly to the financial transaction. This shocking moment is the answer to our second question. Why would a player earning a multi-million-dollar salary risk everything for what on the surface looks like a small profit? The answer lies in the specific financial vulnerability. While Rozier has a large contract, the $24 million salary is pre-taxed, with large chunks often going to agents, escrow, and managers. The tens of thousands of dollars in alleged profit from one bet is instant, untaxed, and purely liquid cash, a massive financial incentive for what was perceived as a low-risk tip. But the conspiracy, per the indictment, extended beyond Rozier. Damon Jones is also accused in the betting scheme of sharing insider information. The indictment cites a text message allegedly sent by Jones to a co-conspirator on February 9, 2023, saying, "Get a big bet on Milwaukee tonight before the information is out. Player 3 is out tonight." The description of Player 3 in the court documents strongly suggests the player was LeBron James, who did miss that Lakers vs. Bucks game. This alleged move by Jones shows the true danger to the integrity of the game. It wasn't just about an individual player throwing a game, but the systemic use of non-public medical and availability information to manipulate the odds on thousands of bets worldwide. The payout for the conspirators was a guaranteed return on investment, while the payout for the league was a staggering loss of public trust. Now we address the elephant in the arena, which answers our final question. How does the NBA reconcile its role as a regulator with its massive financial stake in the gambling industry? The league's official public statement condemned the alleged actions and emphasized its full cooperation with the federal investigation. This is the expectation of a clean, professional sports body. But the reality is that the NBA's rapid and deep embrace of the sports betting industry created the environment for this scandal. Today, the NBA has multi-year, multi-million-dollar partnership deals with major sportsbooks. These agreements don't just put logos on the court. They grant sportsbooks access to exclusive data, co-branded content, and the ability to influence what is advertised to fans. According to a report by the New York Times on the growth of the industry, the NBA and its teams have collectively signed hundreds of deals with betting operators, reportedly totaling billions of dollars. This financial relationship creates a clear conflict of interest. On one hand, the NBA collects a handsome sum by promoting and profiting from the public's desire to gamble on their games, including the very player props that Rozier allegedly manipulated. On the other hand, the league then tasked with punishing its own players for exploiting the system that its corporate partners profit from. It's a classic case of biting the hand that feeds you. But in this scenario, the league is biting its own hand. The evidence of this hypocrisy is most clear in the league's response timeline. While the FBI was reportedly investigating these schemes for well over a year, the NBA's public statements about its commitment to integrity ramped up only after the Chauncey Porter betting scandal became public, months before the Rozier and Billups indictments. This delay suggests the league wasn't proactively policing its financial partners. It was reacting to public relations nightmares. The ultimate payout for the league's corporate shift is not just the partnership revenue, but the loss of its moral high ground, which is crucial for a sports league to maintain its credibility with fans. By making a fortune from gambling, the NBA made integrity a commodity it could no longer fully afford to own. In the end, the expectations were shattered by a far darker reality. The expectation was that high-tech sports betting was clean, simple, and safe. The reality, according to the indictments, was that it was allegedly an exploitation tool for organized crime and the misuse of insider knowledge. The expected penalty is a simple suspension. The reality is an ongoing, sprawling federal investigation that threatens the careers and freedom of multiple high-profile figures. The story of Rozier, Billups, and Jones is a chilling reminder that when you follow the money in professional sports, the line between athlete, businessman, and alleged conspirator often disappears entirely. This is not just a basketball story, it is an industry blueprint. If you want to dive deeper into the dark side of sports finance, make sure to check out our Velvet Rope Industry Secrets playlist linked in the description. We expose the secrets the leagues don't want you to know.